All right, let's go back live to Nasrec now, where Aldrin Sampear is at the policy conference there in the south of Johannesburg. Aldrin, a very good afternoon to you. I do understand you have a guest with you, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, but just give us a quick briefing about some of the deliberations that have taken place throughout the policy today.
Well, good afternoon, Alicia. Yes, discussions still continue here at the ANC's policy conference. Today, of course, being day 4, all the sectoral commissions are currently sitting looking into the subcommittees that will be focusing on, let's say, for instance, economic transformation, will be focusing on international relations, as well as other issues like health and education, which are quite important commissions that are currently sitting. But we'll have to wait and see when exactly those press briefings will be taking place. We are hoping that probably from tomorrow onwards, we'll get some sort of feedback from all the sectoral commissions that have sat down. Right now, I'm joined by the Eastern Cape Secretary, Oscar Mabuyane. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Can you just, sorry, it is this afternoon. Yeah. Can you just describe the mood for us? What's the mood like inside?
Good afternoon first to you, Adrian, and good afternoon to viewers. The mood is quite organizational. We are really ANC at its best. We are quite happy. Things are going fine inside. Every delegate is in the commission. People are quite actively participating in the commissions. We're quite happy with the progress that is actually taking place inside there. As a province as well, we are here and our presence actually is quite felt. We are actively participating, quite vibrancy that we see in the commissions.
What would you say to someone who might argue that the level of debate is not of high stature as it stands at the moment, that it almost seems as though that some who are debating would be debating on a basis of being defensive more than having an engagement on what the party currently faces and what the country currently faces?
It depends from where you are looking at things, but inside there, debates that are taking place are quite of high quality, and people are engaging more objectively. Yes, there could be such understanding that when we started, and people had elements of the high tempos and the kind of tensions that that were quite palpable from a distance. But inside there, ANC has actually quite subsided, and they are really focusing on content issues. We think that we are ANC. This is what ANC is, an ANC we know, and we don't think that there will be such kind of issues, and we are working hard to ensure that we bring together everyone. We are working for a maximum unity and cohesion of the African National Congress.
One doesn't get the sense, though, that things are really as vibrant as you describe them, and it's probably because of looking at the press briefings that have been taking place at the moment. We had the strategy and tactics press briefing that was taking place, and it doesn't really speak to an ANC that really gets that, right now we are in deep trouble, but this is what we need to do to change the organization. It's almost the same rhetoric that we've been listening to even through the days of when the discussion documents were being released, and when the NEC members were giving us more details based on these discussion documents.
Well, when things are normal, things have stabilized, that is not newsworthy. We know, but we are focusing on the content. Remember, ours is about pursuing the national democratic revolution. We are looking at that. We are focusing on that, using our strategy and tactic to assess and gauge whether are we advancing or not. So it depends if other people would be expecting other things. This is a policy conference. We are really dealing with those complex issues that are facing the ANC as a governing party. We must bring solutions. South Africans are expecting us to bring solutions to the challenges that they're actually experiencing on a daily basis. As we are here, we must actually aspire to inspire South Africans before we expire as a movement. So we are actually putting everything aside, focus on the movement. How do we rebuild the movement with all the challenges, with all the experiences of the recent last August local government elections? So we think that we are on a right track. Surely ANC is a quite big family. You would never easily get it right, but I think there is a fertile ground for us to work towards the maximum unity and cohesion.
If you look at the organizational report as well, the organizational renewal report, as well as the strategy and tactics report, you do get the sense that the ANC feels that the gains that they've made in trying to pursue the National Democratic Revolution, the NDR, that is under threat, considering what the ANC is currently going through in terms of its electoral support as well.
Yes, definitely. The NDR will be under threat if our house is on fire. If we lack cohesion amongst ourselves, if there is no common purpose between ourselves and our allies. We want to fix those problems. In the Commission, those issues were raised. The sooner we fix the problems that are currently existing in the alliance, the better. African National Congress needs South African Communist Party more than SACP needs ANC. ANC needs COSATU more than COSATU needs ANC. ANC needs SANCO more than SANCO needs. We are a leader of that alliance. We are a leader of the society. We have got everything to lose. We must rise to the occasion. That's exactly what we are trying to work on. We must provide leadership. Leadership must rise to the occasion.
And then you have what's currently happening now in the alliance, where you have the SACP, which is not happy with the leader of the alliance, the ANC, going as far as threatening that they might pull out of the alliance and contest the elections as an independent party. And then on the other side, you have COSATU, who said that the leader of the party, the leader of the ANC, the leader of the alliance, but also the leader of government, the leader of the executive, President Jacob Zuma, must not address COSATU gatherings.
We are not in the alliance for friendship. We are in the alliance because of the minimum program that we share, that National Democratic Revolution. We are still affirming it here. All delegates, almost all commissions are still agreeing that that's a program, that's our compass to the complete liberation of our people. So we are still working together. And on the basis of that NDR, there is no reason why we should actually go opposite direction. We should be able to work together. Iron out, deal with teething problems. Yes, we are a family, big family, we continue experiencing such problems. ANC has experienced such a kind of complexities before. It's not for the first time, but the ability of the leadership to bring solution it's a situation that will distinguish the current dispensation from the previous leadership.
It might not be the first time that the party is experiencing these difficulties, but according to its own documents and a statement by Natim Teto as well, is that the alliance and the ANC and the government that it leads is currently at its weakest. And just based on that question, do you think that the call that was made last year for an early elective conference should have been heeded?
No, I don't think so. ANC is an organization that works and respecting its constitution. Yes, there might be challenges, but I don't think those challenges will definitely warrant such kind of drastic measures. But we must be able to actually understand and try to get closer to the real issues. The diagnostic report and the political overview from the President and the Secretary General were really talking to the really hardcore issues and challenges that the ANC is going through. Us here with all branches, 90% of participants here being branches, is to bring solutions to those challenges. The problem is to be denialist. At least the leadership itself is conceding. The leadership itself is really admitting that indeed there are challenges that are out there that needs us to focus on them. Leave aside all these other issues that will actually always divert us and put us off the tune. Focus on the real issues. South Africans are expecting ANC to do what is right. When the ANC sneezes, South Africa will catch the flu.
One of the proposals that you have spoken about before in terms of dealing with this issue of factionalism is that all plus minus 1 million members of the ANC should vote for the next leaders of the party. Just practically, just explain to us how that will happen if that proposal does go ahead.
Yes, it's a quite practical system. Currently we do it when we're going for the elections for government, be it local or national government. We can do it, but we think that is going to give us an opportunity to mobilize our membership base, but also to incentivize those who are supporters. Remember, the ANC is being voted by more than 11 million South Africans, currently with only 1 million membership. Surely when the membership knows that they've got something that is quite interesting, radical like this one, it's part of those kind of radical solutions that we think that we must be able to put in place. Allow membership of the ANC. It is done elsewhere. It can happen here, and we can use the same system that is used in government to ensure that we create that space, people voting in their VDs and so.
And then that would mean that it's the powers of the branches won't be as powerful anymore, but rather it would be the individual member of the ANC that would decide on the path that the ANC takes on through its leadership.
That's exactly what our constitution says. Says our leadership is accountable to the membership. It's not saying the leadership is accountable to structures, to BECs, etc. If we do this, we will actually force our leadership to appreciate the constituency, to appreciate the ground, to be on the ground and people, so that you don't get elected simply because you are on a good factional slate. That is,
should they also have a role in recalling the leaders?
Not really. The process of the ANC would always be there. The structures of the ANC would always be there in that process. We are going to really look at that, at all those permutations. But what we are saying, we need a maximum participation of the membership of the ANC into how we elect leadership, and also how to, even from a branch level. Currently at the branch level, all the membership is expected. The issue of the 50+1 is just a simple majority to ensure that meetings are taking place. We were supposed to be having 100% attendance in our branches if we were as vibrant as we would wish to. But it's something that we must begin to look at it and revolutionize the ANC, mobilize our membership, actually get our masses really behind the ANC. And we think that is going to help us. This issue of vote buying, factionalism, gatekeeping, withholding of membership by those who don't respect structures, I think we can really find ways, and also the proposals that are coming to actually allow the electronic membership system as well. We think that we are going to deal directly with this problem that we are confronted with of factionalism.
Just quickly, I'm told that we're running out of time, probably in a few seconds. The proposal by KwaZulu-Natal that if there are two nominees for presidential candidate, the loser must become the deputy president. Where does the ANC in the Eastern Cape stand on that proposal?
That's one of those practical solutions that we said, if you come here, we must bring practical solutions to the challenges that we have. It used to happen. I know it from the branch. I grew up in the branches of the ANC. It used to happen. I know KZN has actually practiced it for some time when they were rebuilding ANC, taking the province out of Inkatha. It has worked. Leadership there has been understanding. It can still work if we have got a problem of slates. We must confront that. We must abolish slates. It can be a practical way or to be mechanical if it means so. I think it's a good idea that we can actually think about it as we move forward.
Okay, thank you so much. There you have it from Oscar Mabuyan, the Secretary of the ANC in the Eastern Cape. Quite interesting proposals that they are making there. And just speaking about the branches as well, just quickly, one proposal that is in the discussion documents is that the ANC should also have branches in big institutions, whether it be the SABC, whether it be Eskom, or whether it be a private company. We'll have to wait and see how delegates respond to such a proposal. It's back to you in studio.
Thank you so much for that live update from our reporter at Nasrec, that is Aldrin Sampier, giving us an update on some of the deliberations that are currently taking place there at the ANC's 5th National Policy Conference. He was joined by Mr. Oscar Mabuyan.